I think creating something is the most rewarding thing you can do as a human being. You know what I mean? And the great thing about music is anything can be music.
Thanks for being here.
Thanks for inviting me, man. Absolute pleasure, man. Like, love doing stuff like this because this is
Yeah,
what it's all about, man.
yeah.
Connecting with fellow GP and artists. You know what I'm saying? Like putting the word out there. Doctors, we
Yeah,
don't
man.
have to be like a homogenous group of people, and having other interests actually makes us better doctors, I think,
Absolutely.
and makes the public trust us a little bit more, you know what I mean?
So, Chima, tell us about yourself.
My name's Chima Anya. I'm a hip hop. I like to call myself a musician. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of stigma attached to the word rapper, even though I am a rapper. You know what I'm saying? And but like people look at rap, and quite rightly. You know what I mean? Because like the way rappers carry themselves, the most famous ones anyway, is kind of questionable. So like I'm a hip hop musician. I've been making music for like 20 years now, you know what I mean? And
Wow.
I've had some cool successes on the way, while simultaneously being able to maintain a career as a doctor, and now I'm a GP.
Wow. So you say you've been making music for 20 years.
20 years, bro.
Wow. So what started that off for you?
It's just in me. It's just who I am. It's just like you know, because you're the same. It's just, I people, it's a question I get asked a lot, and it's just like, when it's what you do, it's what you do. It's just naturally you gravitate towards it. I think everyone has something probably that they just gravitate towards, and for me, it was music.
And you mentioned, so being a doctor and a musician, they go hand in hand. How has music or creativity helped you be a doctor, or helped you in being a doctor?
One big way is that I've noticed is it makes me more approachable as a doctor. I think a lot of traditional medics can be a bit intimidating to. It depends where you work as well, and I've always really worked in kind of deprived areas. So it wasn't like upper middle class people coming to see me. It was like working class people. And and also it gives me a perspective that perhaps that you don't get from traditional medical school, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Or certain circles of influence, so that music, it opened my mind up. And as a GP, you have to have an open mind, because you see everything and you see everyone.
Being a musician, I don't take myself too seriously sometimes.
Exactly. Well, there you go.
But I'm always thinking about music, or when I get frustrated, I'm thinking about releasing it on my guitar, or expressing it rather than releasing it in anger or stress or that type of thing. So in terms of collaborating the two in a context of mental health, how do you think there is a connection between creativity or music with improving people's mental health?
I think creating something is the most rewarding thing you can do as a human being. You know what I mean? And so you can create, and the great thing about music is anything can be music, right? You can tap your beat, like really, you tap a rhythm on a table really out of time, have fun with it, be repetitive with it, create something, and that can give you an element of happiness within yourself. It's hard to explain, it's hard to put into words, but I feel like the process of being creative and then stepping back and looking at what you've created, like no matter whether it's good by someone else's definition of what is good, can itself be immensely rewarding. You know what I'm saying? Then there's the kind of connection, and this is harder to talk about, but the connection that you have to. Have you seen Pixar's Soul? It came out recently.
Just last week I saw it.
Yeah,
that's so good.
Yeah, so there's a scene in it where they're in that other world and they're talking about being in the zone, like when you're in the zone, and like how it's this like connection to this other world. So you've probably had it when you're on the guitar and you really, you know, you get some chords coming off nice and you're just like, oh, and it's just soothing. It's just, there's something as well about, I don't know, applying yourself to something completely and blocking out everything else that's happening. Do you know what I'm saying? So like when you're like trying to learn something on the guitar or the keyboard, or you're trying to write a rap or whatever, and there's nothing else on your mind at that time, you know, there's not absolutely nothing else. And that doesn't happen a lot.
That's the flow, isn't it?
Yeah, that doesn't happen a lot in modern life. There's always a million and one distractions. But when you're being creative, that thing that you're doing, for me anyway, and I'm assuming for a lot of creative, it's all encompassing.
The same with football or gardening or walking, even.
Exactly. Like there you go.
It stimulates creativity, a part of your brain that is creating something.
Exactly.
And that's the place where it's healthy for yourself, isn't it? It gives you a mental strength. So the track that you sent me the link, it's called No Pressure.
Yeah.
And it's produced by Soul Chef.
Jeez.
It's got vocals
from Zaya.
So how do you want us to play this? So do you want me to play it on the track?
However you want to do it. I mean, I can try and rap it live now.
Let's do that.
So how would I do it? Hold on, I need to play the instrumental, right?
Yeah.
And rap to it, and then it will come. It will come on time in your bit, right?
Let's hope so.
That's cool. All right, let's drop it then.
Yeah, let's do this.
I'm gonna drop the beat. Yeah. Yo, Chima Anya. Music for mental health. I don't think I've ever done this, you know. This is like a Zoom rap. But it's no pressure, baby. Check it. I'ma make a little coffee when I wake up in the morning. Ain't a hater that can stop me, cause today is gonna be the greatest day. It's so saucy, cause today I got no pressure. Sun is shining through the window, but I'm closing all the blinds because I'm playing my Nintendo. Cause I want to see how Mario been riding for his kinfolk, Princess Peaches in the temple. But I'm a saver, no pressure. I've been playing for some hours and I'm spitting fireballs because I'm powered by the flowers. So the munchies sitting and looking for something to devour. But before that, brother man, I gotta jump up in the shower, no pressure. In the shower, I reflect this like the only place where I'm grateful for some pressure. Water splashing on my face as I think about the day, how I'm gonna get that paid. Maybe try to lose some weight, no pressure. It goes, yo, I just realized I written down the wrong thing here. It's all good though, there's no pressure. How does the chorus go again? Zaya sings it, so I don't know. See the pressure today, but I'm gonna do it my way. I sit and I see the pieces of me slowly fall into place. Look, so I open up the fridge, got a wide array of veggies, got some meat and got some fish. Ain't trying to be obsessive, yo, as long as it's delicious and nobody getting ripped, no pressure. See, as long as it's just fat, then I couldn't really care. Too much aggro in the air, yo, it's way too much to bear. I've escaped the dragon's lair, I ain't going back there. I ain't going back there. I'd rather make another song. Could be short, it could be long. Could be wicked, could be strong. It could stop, it could go on. Could be pop, it could be whatever, man, no pressure. It goes pressure. You've had your own way for too many days. So now all I got to just say is no pressure, no stress. I see the pressure today, but I'm gonna do it my way. My feet on the ground, I'm ready now. The tension is fading away. Hey, I see the pressure today, but I'm gonna do it my way. I sit and I see the pieces of me slowly falling, no stress. I see, yeah, exactly, repeat it, you know what I mean? Zaya with the vocals, not me though, you know what I mean? But it's no pressure, I can fill it in when I need to, you know what I'm saying? But I just rather not, you know what I'm saying? That's No Pressure from the No Pressure album, Chima Anya Soul Chef, music for mental health, 2021, baby.
Oh man.
Thank you, man, thank you.
Love that. So, oh man, that's incredible, man. I love that. You're the first guest to perform live. Which is amazing.
I think rapping is probably easier to pull off like in this kind of format than than something else. You know what I'm saying? So it's all good.
How did this track begin?
Yeah. So this song, like literally for me, was about you probably know as well as a GP. So many people making themselves sick because of the pressure that they put on themselves.
Mm.
So I wanted to make a song and not even in just in general practice, but just in general society. You can see, that's why the whole album was called No Pressure. You can see how people putting pressure on themselves was making them sick, and it can be pressure in different ways. It can be pressure to succeed, pressure to look a certain way, pressure to feel a certain way. Some people are like, why don't I feel happy, and they put pressure on themselves to feel happy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And making the thing even worse. So that's where the inspiration for the song came from. Like, just like every day at work, I was like, wow, like people coming to me like, yo, you working 24 hours a day. Do you really need to work 24 hours a day? Well, no, really. And then, you know what I mean? It's just like, take the pressure. And also for me, myself as well, it was a turning point for me. Like, as a rap is like a young man's sport, right? You know, as a rapper, you gotta be successful by 25. Otherwise, they look at you like you're some sort of like idiot, right? And I remember for a big time that was a big problem for me. You know, it was like the biggest source of sadness in my life, which is such a first world problem. You know what I mean? But like I'm being honest. You know what I'm saying? So, and then at one point, I was just like, yo, you know what? I don't care. You know what I mean? I'm 30 and I'm not like a super famous rapper, but it's fine. Like I love the music I make. I think I make good music for people. It provides value for the people that are into it, and I have a great job. So it was like, oh wow, take this, just this, imagined pressure. This pressure that's just not even a real. It's not real. It's just and get rid of it. So that's where No Pressure came from. You know what I mean?
Well, that's the kind of music that we need right now, I think.
I feel so. I do feel so. That's why I'm out here. You know what I mean?
I mean, and so the production and the vocals, could you tell us a bit more about that?
Yeah, so Soul Chef, he's a really dope producer from New Zealand, and we've worked together a few times, and we seem to have just a chemistry. You know what I mean? Like, he makes those really great sounding kind of classic hip hop beats. It's dope. And then Zaya is she's actually like a really successful tattoo artist who I know through a good friend of mine who was the first guitarist in my band. And she's a singer as well, and she's super dope. Because I was looking for that kind of sound on the chorus that you heard. Like, my version of the chorus was no, you know what I mean? You guys really need to go check out the actual song, because her chorus is so dope. Although I did write it. Well, we wrote it together. You know what I'm saying? Like,
so you have some credit for it.
yeah. It's a great chorus, I think.
The video is really cool. It's kind of like a day in the life.
Exactly. Yeah. Thank you, man.
And show off some of your football skills.
Yeah.
So everyone has to watch this and tell me if you think that the goalkeeper was actually trying.
Yeah, a lot of people have said that. They're like, come on, bro. That was a terrible penalty, bro. I was like, yo, I told him to try and save it. You know what I mean? Like, he didn't let it in on purpose. Obviously, I would have retaken it had he saved it.
I believe you.
Yeah.
What's next in the music and the medicine?
Yeah. So I've got an album coming out with Soul Chef, actually. The sequel to our last album, No Pressure. The new album's called Modern Fairy Tale. And it's like, I've taken the fairy tale themes from, like Goldilocks and what's some other fairy tales? Little Red Riding Hood. And I've applied them to modern life. So it's called Modern Fairy Tale. So the first song, which comes out actually in a couple of weeks, is called Once Upon a Time. Because obviously that's how all fairy tales start. But I flipped it to be like, once upon a time, there was a boy named and then like, I'm talking about how I've changed, basically. That version, Once Upon a Time, doesn't exist anymore. And
when's it out?
Yeah, January 22nd, man.
Oh, cool.
That's when it drops on the Spotify, the
Nice.
spot of the fi. And we've done the video already as well. The video's kind of fun, man. I kind of like the video, so just try my best, man. So that's the album. That's the next project, and then because I actually recorded this whole album first lockdown, like July time. I just recorded it all literally like in a month. You know what I mean? And because I learned how to record at home because studios had closed, and everything like that. So like that's been just sat there waiting, you know, because we didn't really want to put out at the end of the year because it's really hard to promote music when Mariah Carey is number one. You know what I mean? So we've been waiting to put that out, and because it's been a while since I recorded that, I already feel like, oh man, I want to record some new stuff, you know.
Yeah, it's been great to speak to you.
No problem, man. Thanks for hollering. It's good to make the connection, man. And like I say, if you need any raps, man, a track, then I'm more than up for like working on something, you know.
Yeah, definitely. So join us next time for the next amazing guest. I'll see you then.